sure to bring back the days of double daring your friends at recess. Here we bring to you Hot Licks brand cheddar cheese flavored LARVETS! These original worm snacks provide copious amounts of crunchy bug larvae with shakings of genuine cheddar cheese flavor. It's a snack that's sure to turn heads everywhere you go!
It's your good buddy Hottie Scotty Pancake 603 here once again, and you know what? This show, Yuck or Yum, is predicated on dealing with the most bizarre, unusual, extravagant foodstuffs out there on the planet. And I suppose I have only myself to blame, because words like bizarre, unusual, extravagant, they often are synonymous with the word disgusting. And here I am, I mean, there was a part of me that knew that this was coming, because I have seen this in my travels when I was alive. These are LARVETS original worm snacks. Worm snacks. Do we have any mall rats out there? I mean, maybe I'm dating myself just by even using this term mall rat. It's a real 90s term. I mean, you think back to the Kevin Smith film, but I used to be a big-time mall rat. I mean, maybe there are people still out there who frequent malls for fun. I mean, malls are definitely not as fun as they used to be. They're all high-end stuff like Michael Kors and Coach and, you know, all these high-end stores that, you know, no guy would really frequent or have any fun with. Well, no straight guy anyway. But yeah, I used to go to the mall all the time. I mean, I would go there just to hang out. I mean, even if there wasn't even a mall anywhere near me, I would hike. I would, you know, hot-foot it all the way, you know, sometimes a couple of miles to go to the mall and just walk around and look at stuff. And you know what? I don't care who you are. We've all done this, and we've all seen this scenario play through. You go to the mall, there's always this one store, that one store you would always frequent. And you know, it usually didn't have anything to do with all the other stores there. It was always just, it was there, and you went there because it was fun. I mean, maybe it was a gadgets and gizmos, or maybe it was a new comic book store that opened up, like something very, very niche. And they would always pack in the customers, everybody would go there, it would be shoulder to shoulder, you could barely even move, because this was the one fun store in that entire mall. And then what happened? One time you went to the mall, and then that store was gone, it closed down. And you say in the back of your mind, how the heck did that happen? I mean, that store was always full of people. I mean, everybody went there, everybody frequented this place. How could this possibly happen? It was so popular. Well, the fact of the matter is everybody was going in, but that doesn't mean a lick of difference if nobody's buying anything. And what happens? A place just, I mean, if everybody's window shopping, it's gonna go out of business. I mean, and you might be wondering, what the heck relevance does that have to LARVETS? Well, I'll tell you, every store, like a store that would possibly sell this item, I mean, because I'm sure that you've come across this item in your travels, but you haven't seen it in a while, have you? I'm sure you haven't. Because, you know, any store that would dedicate space to sell an item such as this, I mean, they would have that space. That's primo real estate. You know, all these different products are fighting for space at your supermarket or at your store or whatever. And what would happen? Everybody would walk into your store and they would look at something like LARVETS and they would pick it up, maybe show it to their parents or something like that, and like, ooh, how gross, or oh, wow, that's really cool. I mean, or that's actually edible, people are actually eating this. And then what would you do? You put it back on the shelf and you'd walk away like it didn't even matter. And then of course what happens? I mean, all the stores were saying, well, this product is not selling, so we're gonna take all that stuff off the shelves and we're gonna put something else there in its place. It's the exact same scenario. I mean, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to get a hold of something like this. The Divinity Crate was on back order for months for this to show up in my wicker basket over there. But here they are, and they're all their wormy goodness. They're cheddar cheese flavored. I mean, there's a part of me that's a little bit scared of that too, because, I mean, you look at the company that made this, it's Hot Licks Incorporated. It's not exactly Wise Potato Chips, it's not the Cheetos company. That almost scares me as much as the bug itself, that it's dirt brand cheese flavor. I mean, what could that possibly taste like? I've been to so many dollar stores and eaten so much dollar store garbage from the Divinity Crate, I have a feeling it's gonna have that same taste. And to have that taste on top of a bug, that's just so many layers of disgusting, I can't even go that deep. But let me take a whiff of this, I'll let you know what it smells like. It smells kind of like cheese doodles, and at the same time kind of like a foot. But I don't know if that's just bad cheese powder, or is it the segmented critter giving off an odor of its own. I have no idea where these worms have been. Hopefully the company took care of them. Hopefully they were nurtured and rocked in like little baby buggies and not crawling around in a giant mound of poop or inside a body of a larger animal. But let me show you what this thing looks like. I mean, you've probably already turned this video off, and I apologize, my hands are very shaky because I'm horribly nervous putting this thing into my body. But I guess no time like the present. You guys want to see me eat this, right? I mean, that's the reason why you tuned into this freaking video. All right, it's the moment. Moment I've been dreading all day, ever since I locked eyes with this. I'm gonna put it in my mouth now. You ready? Here we go. Your good buddy, Hottie Scotty Pancake 603 eating a damn worm. What the f happened? No, definitely. You want to see this from this distance. Definitely, this distance. No. I understand what's going on here. I really don't understand these new rules of Limbo all of a sudden, but people out there don't want to see this close up. So I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna eat this thing from far, far away, all right? Okay. Apparently I'm trapped in some strange temporal loop, and the only way to break it is to eat this close up to the camera for everyone to see. There's nowhere to hide. Just keep your eyes glued to the YouTube screen as your good buddy, Hottie Scotty Pancake 603, ingests a worm covered in really cheap cheddar cheese powder. Ugh. Huh. Well, I'll say one thing. Whoops. Now, not only am I eating earthworms, or whatever kind of worms these are, I'm eating them off the floor! As I was saying before I interrupted myself, at least they're a little bit crunchy. Because the thing that scared me the most about this is if they were soft, I'd probably want to just barf. And you could put on your 3D glasses, the barf would be coming all at you. Like, because I'm so close to the damn camera right now, I would barf literally all over the screen and you would see it raining down on the YouTube screen here. And what can I say? It's a very strange texture. You taste a lot of shell. There's not a whole lot of taste of the actual meat of the bug. It tastes kind of hollow on the inside. You take a bite of it. I wonder if there's like take a look at it on the inside. Yeah, on the inside it's hollow. You probably wouldn't be able to see that, but the insides of this is actually hollow. I don't know if they scooped out all the meat of the bug because the meat of a bug is actually poisonous to ingest. Gotta pick this up off the floor because I don't want my dogs eating this. But for me, it's completely okay. But honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but you really have to keep it out of your mind, what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. I can imagine kids eating this and grossing their friends out, and it being a fun, grand old time. But it's painless. I mean, just so long as you keep it out of your brain that this is what you're putting into your body, it's actually doable. But would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't, because it doesn't taste like anything. I mean, maybe if we had like a Wise company or, you know, the Cheetos company, or I don't even know, they might even be the same company, but if we had somebody who could do cheddar cheese flavor better, then maybe these would actually be appetizing. Maybe that's the reason why they failed. I mean, maybe if they were actually delicious, a friend could have told a friend, and then you could have just played the whole game of telephone and everybody would want to try it. But as it is, it really leaves me kind of empty. I mean, it's a fun novelty, so there's something to be said for that. So if I were to give this a Hoff rating, I will give it... Hold on, gotta burp. I'll give it 1 Hoff. I was really teetering on that 1.5 Hoff rating, but to be honest, the only reason why I give it a grade at all is because of the novelty of it. Because you're eating something that's so strange and bizarre that you can tell your friends that you did it. You can freak people out that you're doing it. There's some degree of merit to that. But other than that, it really doesn't have a flavor at all. It doesn't have a bug flavor or a cheddar cheese flavor. It's just so light, it's non-existent. And this is but one of many flavors of Larvettes that you can find, or you used to be able to find until they stopped selling them, but they're out there, and I'm tending to think that they're all the same. They all taste exactly the same, because I mean, cheddar cheese is pretty strong. I mean, they have a Mexican flavor, they have a barbecue flavor, maybe the barbecue. Maybe I should try that for a future review. But in any case, it's your good buddy Hottie Scotty Pancake 603 saying once again, until next time, where I once again ask the question, is it yuck, is it yum, or is it yuck or yum? I can't believe I did this. It's very dry too. It stays in your throat. Keep your throat nice and swabbed. Maybe have some water nearby because it really dries you out. Ugh. Later, guys.
Ever since it was prominently featured in the recent movie Ready Player 2, I'm happy to report the DeLorean is back on the assembly line and going strong. I'll never forget the first time I saw the movie that popularized the DeLorean. I was living in the mean streets of Los Angeles. My buddy Awesome Kong comes to me and says, "Hey Steen, there's this new movie, Time Bandits, getting a lot of attention. I think to stay in the social pipeline, we gotta go see this." So I took my 1946 nickel, which had been burning a hole in my pocket for damn near a week, and I punked it down at the movie theater booth at Swarmy's Multiplex right there off of Johnson Street, and we saw this movie, Time Bandits, and man, it changed our lives. Hell, son, I'll admit something to you right here. When Michael J. Fox lifted his hand and jammed the C chord of his 1984 Fender Stratocaster, shouting the word cowabunga, that's where I got my trademark saying from. Nowadays, you'd be hard-pressed to find a Steen Aston shirt without the word cowabunga prominently displayed. I owe it all to Michael J. Fox, Time Bandits, and the DeLorean. With dual rack and pinion steering, 8 cylinders of power, and doors that open all cattywampus. Start treating yourself like the stud I know you are and take one for a test drive today.